Okay, hello everyone, hello. Okay, thank you guys for joining today's lesson. Let me see. Okay, for now we don't have participants. All right. Okay, let me wait for a few seconds. Maybe someone will join in. Waiting for participants. Okay, thank you. This is a CAT computer applications technology lesson. If it's your first time, if it's your first time joining a meeting or if it's our first time, if it's your first time seeing me, I am Miss Sitole. My name is Isel Sitole, but you can call me Miss Sitole. All right, so in today's lesson, I'm going to discuss the Excel help function and print options. So printing options, Excel has three types of has three options for printing, and also it has a help file. Okay. Okay, so we are going to take a look at the help files, how to access the help function in different ways, and how Excel printing options work. Right. Okay, sometimes it happens that you are struggling with a feature on Excel, but you don't have to worry. Don't have to worry, guys, because Excel has a help function just to help you. Maybe you have a problem or looking for help with a feature. Excel has something for you, right? Also, later in our lesson, we are going to look at the Excel print options. So Excel has three printing options: the active sheets, the entire book, print selection, but I'm going to discuss that later on. You don't have to worry. All right. By the end of this lesson, you should know how to use the help function, how to print in different ways on Excel. You can print certain sections of a spreadsheet. Yes, you can. Print selected sheets, in a workbook, and print areas. You can also print the entire workbook. All right. Now, with help files, the first example of accessing the help file on Excel is the tell me what you want to do. So there's a box named tell me what you want to do. So in this box, you can enter a query. Just tell it what you want to do. Then it will give you options. Maybe you are looking for a function or you are looking for a certain feature. You can type that in and Excel will provide you with help. All right. Now, let me show you how to do this. Okay, so the first example, tell me what you want to do. So the box, here is the box. After the tabs, can you see all of these tabs? After these tabs, you will find the tell me what you want to do. There's a box that says tell me what you want to do. The second example of accessing a help function on Excel is this one. When you click on your file tab on the top right corner, there's a question mark there. Can you see the question mark? Yes, that question mark. If you click on that question mark, then you tick. Okay. Okay, so seems like yes. Okay, so I can access help on Excel. All right. Now we go back to my. Okay, the third example, how to access the help function, how to find the help function. Third example is to go to the help tab. We have a help tab, guys. The help tab, can you see the help tab? The help tab, yes, here is the help tab. If you click on the help tab, you'll see there's a group named help. In that group, you'll see a question mark, an icon, the question mark with help. So yes, that's our third example. Our fourth and last example is to press the F1 key on your keyboard. Yes, the F1 key on your keyboard. You can press the F1 key on your keyboard. Can you see? The help window is there. Perfect. Okay. Now, I think that's it for the help function. Now we can move to the second section of our lesson. So yeah, our first example was to enter a query in the box labeled, tell me what you want to do. You've seen that, you practiced. Okay. Our second example is to go, okay, is to press the F1 key on the keyboard. Yes. Third one was to use the question mark. The question mark we said is it's on the top right hand corner. Okay. Then last, the help tab. Okay. Now let's look at printing an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, printing. The print options that Excel has provided you. All right, print options. Say if you need to print an Excel spreadsheet, there are various options you can choose from. For example, you can choose to print the entire book, like I said, a single sheet or a selection. You can print an active sheet, entire workbook, or a selection. All right, so with the single sheet, how do you print a single sheet? Oh, okay. All right, sorry. Now let me go to my spreadsheet so that I can show you how to use the three options for printing in Excel. All right, the first one is print active sheet. How do we print an active sheet? How do we see an active sheet? Now let's start there. Can you see sheet 1? Sheet 1 is highlighted. Can you see that? So sheet 1 is highlighted. So that makes it to be the active sheet. So sheet 2 and 3 are not active, but sheet 1 is active. All right. Now sheet 1 is active. Now I can go and try to print. Okay. What is the first step of printing? Now, to print a single active sheet, I can go to my File tab, click on the File tab, Okay, are you there? File tab. And guys, I'm so sorry for just jumping into the lesson without letting you know what you will need for the lesson, but I have seen my mistake. Next time I won't repeat. I'm so sorry. If you have a spreadsheet in front of you, or maybe you have opened a spreadsheet, right? If you haven't, you can open one, and I'll wait just for a few seconds. I'm really sorry, guys. I apologize. Okay. Okay, so I trust everyone has opened their spreadsheet. Okay, so in your File tab, we want to print only this active this sheet only, the active sheet, which is sheet 1, sorry. Okay, so you go to File, then Print, and then there is a preview. So it seems like the settings are already on print active sheets. Can you see that? They are already on active sheets. Now, active sheet activated. All right, so now I have 4 pages. But now, can you see the data? Can you see how the data appears on those documents? I mean, on those pages. I don't think it is appropriate. Can you see? Now let's try to fix this problem. Right, so in future, you will come across something like this. You'll come across something like this, but then do not worry. You don't have to worry. This can be fixed. All right, in order for you to fix this, okay, so okay, you can go to print. Print active sheets and change the scaling. You can change the scaling. You can change the orientation. Let's try to change the orientation and see. Still, everything does not fit into one document, one page, sorry. Now, the scaling See now, there is no scaling. There is no scaling. That is why the data is all over the place and it looks so inappropriate. So let us look at these solutions. You can fit sheets on one page. Let's see if we try and fit one sheet on one page. Still this day. Okay. Fit columns in one page. The same thing. So the problem has not been fixed. Right. So to change this, you can go to, okay, sorry, your page layout tab, and change the width, the height, the width of the document, and the height. Now I want the height to be a single page. Right. Now sometimes it happens, guys, that even if when you do something like this, when you try maybe to go back to your settings, still the problem has not been solved. But then here it seems like it was solved. All right, so now the data is in a single page. I changed the scaling to fit sheet on one page. I even went to my page layout tab and changed the width and the height of my document. So in future, if you are trying to print a single active sheet and then the sheet appears, it happens that you find that the data is not on one page or the data is all over the place, you can come to your page layout, fix the width and the height, and then go back to your print and settings. And in your settings, you choose scaling. If it says no scaling, you choose fit sheet on one page. Yes. Okay, so now our second printing option is print an entire workbook. This is for print an entire workbook. Now let's go back to our slides. Okay, to print an entire workbook, when you want to print all sheets containing data in a workbook, say now we want to print everything on this workbook, what do we do? To print the entire workbook, you just go to, you change your settings, and say print the entire workbook. How many pages do we have? How many pages? We have 7 pages for the entire workbook. Let's see. For the entire workbook, we have 7 pages, but can you see the problem that we have faced earlier on with printing an active sheet? The data, can you see on your preview? The data doesn't look appropriate. I don't want the data to look like this. If I print this document, some of the data or some pages won't make any sense. All right, so I need to fix this. How do I fix it? Do I change my scaling or what do I do? Now, can you practice what I've taught you before? And let's see whether you can do it without my assistance. And if you are able to do it, then well done. And yeah, well done. All right, so now one page. Can I print one page? An entire workbook on a single page? Yes, I can. But now I just want to fix this problem. I don't care about the pages. If it's 2 pages, still fine. But then it has to make sense. All right, so let me try and say feed all rows in one page, feed sheet on one page. Okay, let me feed all columns in one page. Let's see. Oh, it's 8 pages instead of 7 now. Uh-uh. One page. One page. Okay, now let's see. At first we had 5 pages. Now we had 7, now it's 5. Okay, still. Now you can go back to your page layout, but I can't change my scaling, so can't change my scaling. I think I can change the landscape, the page orientation. Let me see if I try to change the orientation. So it changes orientation just for the first page. Still. Okay. All right, guys, for this one, you can also change the margins, the custom margins. If you can change the margins if you want to, but now let me leave it. You can change the size of the page, the document. Now it's A4. You decide whether you want to print one-sided pages or you want to print both-sided. You can select the number of pages and even the number of copies. All right, so I just want to quickly go to the next example. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Thing is, I don't have enough time, but I'm not the type of person to leave problems unsolved. I can, but for now, because of time, I would go to custom scaling options and try to fix this matter. But let's leave it there for now. We'll come back to it. Right? And yeah, the third example. The third example is printing areas. Sorry. Printing areas. Print selections. You print only the cells, rows, or columns you have selected. This is the third option. Say maybe you want to print some of the rows or the columns in a spreadsheet, but you don't want to print everything. Let's say maybe you want to print the information of 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 learners. You want just to print only 4, 5 learners. Yeah, 5 learners. You want only this information. I want to print this section and also this section from Koti up until to Edwards. All right, so I just want to print this section and also this section and then leave these ones out. I want only the information that contains, I want only the cells that has information of these learners, but not for all of these learners, just 2 sections. How do I do it? Okay, so from Koti, I want to print also. So if I try to click on 13 next to Koti, if I click, the first selection is unhighlighted. So if I want to highlight both sections, if I want to highlight these 2 groups, I need to press the Control key and then select the second selection. Control, then I select the second one. All right, now I have my selection. Right, but before I go to print, I need to fix, or I need to make sure that there were no previous settings. You know, when you're selecting selections on a sheet, on spread, sorry guys. When you are selecting a selection, something like this, when you are selecting a selection, you need to go to your print areas. Print areas. So if there was someone who used this feature before, maybe they selected something that is different from mine. That would mean that there are previous settings. So I need to first make sure that there are no previous settings. So if a person selects or makes something like this, okay, so if I make something that looks like this, I need to clear print areas for previous settings. Sorry, for previous settings, I need to clear print areas. Make sure it is clean. There are no previous selections. Okay. Right. Then after clearing the print area, maybe now I need to set print area. Now we are on a new page. This is a new selection. First, I needed to clear print area and then set print area. You clear previous selections or maybe print areas that were selected before. Then you set print area. After setting print area, you go to your File tab, Print button, and then in your printing settings. Can you see the settings? The settings now, you must change this because now this Now you can see we have 6 pages and we are supposed to have 2 or maybe 1 page. But now we have 6 pages. Can you see the selection that I made before? So now Excel is copying everything now. So if you are printing an entire, if it is on the entire workbook, that means Excel will print the first row 1, 2, 3 up until 7 and row 15, 16 to 19 for every sheet. But now we want to print only for this active sheet. What do? We go back to File, Print. Now, your settings. Settings, not the entire workbook, but only for the active sheet. The active sheet or selection. Only the selection. Okay. So now can you see page 1 has the first selection and page 2 has the second one. All right, so I hope you guys now have an idea of how to use Excel's print options. So we discussed and I've shown you 3 printing options on Excel and we have practiced using them. All right, so yes, I think that's it for today. And I thank you for joining this meeting, for joining this lesson. And I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you know I am free and open for any kind of question. If you have a suggestion, still, you're welcome. And yeah, thank you guys. I think everyone understood what today's topic was based on. So just to just to make sure that everyone understands. Remember, we have looked at the 3 print options and also the 5. All right, so we have looked at the help files that if you need help, you want to use any feature on Excel and you don't know how to use it, or you need help, you are using a function, you want to calculate something and you don't know what to do. Excel has something for you. The first example we said, tell me what you want to do. Remember, the box, tell me what you want to do, is at the end of the tabs on the top of the document. So on your document, after every tab, you will find the tell me what you want to do file function. And also, if you need help, you can just press the F1 button, the F1 key, and also the question mark in the top right corner. In the File tab, you click on the File tab when you are on